Now, we recently got solar, and there's an online monitoring system that goes with it called Solar Edge, which is really cool, has a whole bunch of neat features that I'll review in this video. To start off with, you're going to have an access point that's hooked up to your home internet. It will show you how strong the connection is and kind of give you an idea of what your system looks like. And it's hooked up to your inverter. You'll see Solar Edge on the logo, and at any one time you can go out and see exactly what you're producing. Once your system's online, you're able to log into the Solar Edge kind of user interface, and this is kind of what it looks like. It gives you a total power it's currently being produced, what you've produced for the day, energy so far this month. It's only the second, so there's not a ton on there. Lifetime energy, and your estimated lifetime revenue. You can also break down things up here by week, by month, by year. Our system's only been online for a little over 2 weeks, so there's not a ton to look at as far as kind of the overall thing goes. But you can see what it's been doing for the week, so you can see the highs and lows. This day down here is particularly cloudy, so the production was a lot lower. And over here, we've kind of balanced out everything else. You can go in and see each day that's been produced, and you can also see the whole month. So again, we've only had it online since the middle of October, and this is only the second day of November, so we have that. If you scroll down, you can see your kind of comparative energy year over year, so you can get an idea what you did for a quarter and what you're doing year to year. Again, ours has not really been online very much, so not a big deal as far as that's concerned. Over on the layout end of things, you can see how exactly your panels are producing and how they're laid out. Right now, the sun's kind of coming up, so it's hitting this area of the panels. There's leaves in my backyard, so this whole array kind of gets minimal power because most of it's under shade. And as the sun moves through the day, this panel or this array will come alive and you'll be able to see it. But I can see the total amount of energy going through my whole inverter there, no problem. The other thing that's really cool is you can see playback. So under here, I can go to playback and I can play, and you'll see the panels come alive throughout the day. So the sun's still down, and as the sun comes up, you'll see the panels start going in, and I can drag through and I can see the panels warm up throughout the day and exactly what's being hit through different parts of the day. Now this is late fall, so the panels aren't doing as well as what they could during the summer when the sun angle's higher and up longer, and also because those trees kind of cast a lot of shadows down here. But you can see that this area is starting to come alive a little bit more compared to the lower down ones. On the right-hand side, it gives me all my information, which I have blurred out for you guys. I can see weather that's going to be happening in my local area in case there's anything I need to plan for. I can also export all this data into Excel, which is super, super useful for lots of different things if you want to do comparisons and all kinds of other fun little math things. Farther down, they have a picture of my solar panels. That's my lower array. That's pretty much all in shadow right now. I can see my comparative energy. I can also see my energy kind of benefits to the environment. So I've saved a little over 300 pounds of CO2. I've planted the equivalent of 8 trees and 626 and a half light bulbs I've powered. I don't know if those are LEDs or traditional light bulbs, but that's what they are. So this is a Solar Edge online layout. Next, I'll show you the iOS version. Alright, so let's take a look at the actual Solar Edge app. I'm going to click on it here and it'll take a second to load up. Begin with, it'll give me my address, an actual picture of what my solar array looks like, my total energy output, and the current weather. It'll also give you an idea of when the last update was. And that's my really only complaint with this, is that the last updates sometimes can be incredibly delayed or just not load at all, where you actually have to force close the app to get the reload to get an update. But that's my only complaint. The web version works all the time, no problem. The iOS version's a little buggy. Right now I can see I'm currently producing 804 watts. You can see my total energy on the bottom there, this month and this lifetime that we have, and then day, week, month, year, and I can kind of go through all of those and see what exactly I've done for each step. On the bottom of the app, there's 2 buttons. The first one's the dashboard, which is this main screen that you see, and then the right button is the actual array, showing you all of the pieces of the solar panels that are set up there. So I can see which panels are producing what at what time. It gives me direction of north. I can zoom in on them and see exactly what's producing where. This is not the most clean way of using this. It's not that great in my opinion. I can see daily, I can break it down weekly, monthly, yearly, or total, so I can see which panels are really producing well for me and which ones aren't. And I can also get it in this little string layout where I can kind of see them all in one line. Not the most super useful thing because you can't zoom in on it very, very far, but it works, I guess, if that's what you want to see, how they're hooked up. But if you go back to the dashboard, you can kind of see everything of how it's working and what's going on with it. Again, the iOS version's all right. The web version's pretty good, and there's actually a mobile version that is better, in my opinion, than the iOS version because it's a lot more reliable. But that's kind of what the Solar Edge stuff looks like on iOS.